Top 10 Wealthiest Cities in Africa 2022. Africa has long been considered one of the world's poorest continents, and there is a great deal of poverty there. But let us reveal to you that there has been a significant amount of money from 2019 to date in Africa. Large sums of money are hidden away in the continent's biggest cities as a result of the quick expansion of the tourism, finance, construction, and real estate industries. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Here are the top wealthiest cities in Africa. Number 10. Accra, Ghana. Ghana's capital, Accra, in West Africa, is where the majority of the nation's affluent citizens reside. Because there are so many wealthy people living in the city, its estimated net worth is $35 billion nationwide. Accra is now the home of 2,300 millionaires and 100 multi-billionaires. Undoubtedly, the city is one of the richest in all of Africa. The production and exportation of products related to digital technology, the building and exportation of automobiles and ships, as well as the exportation of a variety of rich resources, including hydrocarbons and industrial minerals, all contribute to Ghana's diverse and resource-based economy. Ghana now has one of the highest GDPs per capita in West Africa thanks to these factors. Number 9. Casablanca, Morocco. Casablanca, one of only 2 North African cities on this list, has a lot to be proud of and is doing it with ease. Although Marrakech is the most well-known tourist attraction in Morocco, Casablanca is the biggest and richest city in the country. Casablanca is home to 2,300 millionaires and 111 multi-millionaires who make a lot of money in the city's manufacturing and finance sectors. With a fortune of about $40 billion, the city could boast amazing riches. The primary industries in the Moroccan financial center are manufacturing, financial services, and basic materials. The wealthiest Moroccans, according to an earlier analysis by a research company, reside in Casablanca. Number 8. Pretoria, South Africa. The administrative center of South Africa, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, 3 universities, and the Academic Research Center are all located in Pretoria. Pretoria has managed to produce millionaires from 2,600 residents and multi-millionaires from 110 more thanks to a strong job market and expanding industries in manufacturing and finance. Pretoria, one of the richest cities in Africa, has a worth of $42 billion, even though none of its citizens have reached the position of billionaires. Pretoria East has supplanted Sandton and other affluent Gauteng districts as the region with the highest value. Although the average selling price per unit sold for the past year in both locations was just over 2 million rands, Pretoria's eastern suburbs attracted more high net worth individuals and affluent investors as a result of the abundance of luxury residences priced over 20 million rands. Number 7. Durban, South Africa. Durban is the second richest city on the continent after Johannesburg, which is also the continent's most prosperous country. The city has the 3rd highest population in the country and the busiest ports. Durban is a lively, active city with a thriving economy. The country's millionaires' commerce is even more robust than its real estate, healthcare, financial services, construction, retail, and transportation sectors. With a combined wealth of $46 billion, the city has 3,200 millionaires, 130 multi-millionaires, and 1 billionaire. One of the key industries in Durban is sugar refining. The majority of the 19.9 million tons of sugar cane produced annually in South Africa originates from KwaZulu-Natal. In Durban, there are several civil society organizations. These organizations include the South African Unemployed People's Movement, the Right to Know campaign, the Abalali Basim Jendolo, Shack Dwellers Movement, and the Diaconia Council of Churches. Number 6. Luanda, Angola. Although Luanda, Angola is not one of the most well-known names in Africa, it should be given the $48 billion in wealth that the city has. Being Angola's largest municipality, Luanda is home to the majority of the country's rich residents, including 400 millionaires, 340 multimillionaires, and 1 lone, but undoubtedly content, billionaire who leads a very opulent lifestyle. All due to the expansion of Luanda's transportation, real estate, and construction industries. Processed foods, beverages, textiles, cement, other building materials, plastic items, metalware, cigarettes, and shoes, and clothing all fall within the manufacturing category. The city refines petroleum that was discovered in adjacent offshore resources, although this complex sustained severe damage during the 1975 to 2002 Angolan Civil War. The main exports from Luanda include coffee, cotton, sugar, diamonds, iron, and salt. The city also has a fantastic natural harbor. Number 5. Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi is a metropolitan area with a population that is growing every day and a labor market that is expanding quickly, particularly in the FMCG, construction, real estate, tourism, and financial services industries. There are about 280 millionaires in Nairobi. The wealthiest residents of Nairobi control around $55 billion, making it one of the wealthiest cities in Africa. The Nairobi Securities Exchange, NSE, one of Africa's biggest stock markets, is located in Nairobi. In 1953, the London Stock Exchange formally recognized the NSE as an international stock exchange. The exchange ranks 5th in terms of market capitalization as a percentage of GDP and 4th in terms of trading volumes in Africa. Number 4. Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, one of the busiest and biggest ports in Africa, has a robust import and export market. Additionally, the city stands out as one of the richest cities in Africa due to its status as one of the continent's fastest-growing financial centers, having the highest GDP rate of any African country and an expected population of over 86.3 million by the year 2100. Lagos is thought to be worth $120 billion, and it is home to 480 millionaires and 4 billionaires. Nigeria's economic hub is the city of Lagos, which contributes about 10% of the GDP of the nation. The island's central business district is where the majority of trade and financial transactions take place. Additionally, the majority of the nation's commercial banks, financial institutions, and significant businesses have their headquarters here. Number 3. Cape Town, South Africa. Despite being the most hazardous city in South Africa, Cape Town is also home to one of the world's most beautiful beaches, which attracts thousands of tourists every year. Naturally, a significant amount of money is brought into the area as a result of all the tourism trade. Cape Town is one of the wealthiest cities in Africa and the entire globe thanks to its thriving real estate investment, financial services, and retail sectors. Around 150,000 millionaires call Cape Town their home, and they live there as well. One of the wealthiest cities in Africa, the estimated total wealth of the city is $135 billion. Because more Capetonians than the national average pursue business opportunities, the city was recognized as the most entrepreneurial in South Africa in 2008. In comparison to the national average, those between the ages of 18 and 64 were 190% more likely to explore new businesses, while in Johannesburg, they were just 60% more likely. Number 2. Cairo, Egypt. When you hear the word Egypt, images of the Nile, the pyramids, and Julius Caesar's cat-eyed consort come to mind. You might want to include the location of the second richest city in Africa in the list right now. Cairo is the most populous urban center in the Arab world and the entire world due to its size and sprawling population. There is a lot of poverty and unemployment, as one might anticipate from a large city. However, it also boasts a very high percentage of the wealthiest people, including 5 billionaires and 480 multimillionaires, who together make up the city's $140 billion in total wealth. The modern productive sector of Cairo's economy expanded in the 20th century to include developments in textiles and food processing, specifically the production of sugar cane. Historically, Cairo's economy has been based on governmental institutions and services. Egypt had the highest non-oil GDP in the Arab world as of 2005. Number 1. Johannesburg, South Africa. Johannesburg, the largest city in South Africa, is at the top of the list with an estimated wealth total of $248 billion. The city's enormous wealth can be attributed to its advantageous location in the Witwatersrand Hill Range, which is rich in minerals and the epicenter of a lucrative diamond and gold trade. 970 millionaires and 2 extremely successful billionaires reside in Johannesburg, all because of the thriving business in which it runs. Johannesburg is South Africa's main business center, and because of the plethora of well-paying positions in the professional, financial, and telecommunications sectors, even those who don't make six figures do well. Being South Africa's economic and financial center, Johannesburg accounts for 40% of Gauteng's economic activity and generates 16% of the country's gross domestic product. Johannesburg placed 47th out of 50 major cities in the world as a global center of trade in a 2008 MasterCard poll, the only city in Africa. There you have it, Displorers, Top 10 Wealthiest Cities in Africa 2022. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend.